Hello friends, welcome you all to UPSC Prelims 2021 target batch. Today we are going to discuss next important brain teaser related with the strategically important missiles. See one thing, in case of missiles you will get a lot of data and it is not possible to remember entire data, and what happens when you go through notes and current events you realize that the bombardment of data is so heavy that it becomes difficult for you to remember every small data like what is height of the missile, what what is the weight of payload it carries, what is the size, which is first stage, what is second stage. Basically UPSC will never ask you questions on these factual parts, but if that factual part is somewhat innovative, if it is important, it was in conflict, or it is being brought from a new particular country, new nation, new agreement, in that case you could get a question. So no need to go or no need to remember all these kinds of a lot of factual data. It won't help you. That's why I'm going to take certain few important strategically important missiles which could be of help in the examination. But here my main purpose shall be to avoid you remembering many unnecessary facts. So let's go into it, what all these parts is. So first thing, let's start with strategically important missiles. So almost all the research and development in case of these missiles is being taken by the most important arm of Government of India, Ministry of Defence, which is DRDO. DRDO stands for Defence Research and Development Organization. Now what it says, let's see. Let's first go about DRDO. DRDO stands for Defense Research and Development Organization. Here remember, it is the research and development wing of Ministry of Defense which comes under Government of India. It has most important function to go into the research and development aspect of the defense industry. Here remember, its main vision is to empower India with cutting edge technology related with the defense and a mission to achieve self-reliance in critical defense technologies and important systems. Here remember, DRDO was established in the year 1958. First point, DRDO is a network of 50 state-of-the-art technical laboratories which are deeply engaged in developing defense technologies. That's why this DRDO is so important. Now we'll try to understand certain this is first part. Actually we'll going for second part also. So in first part we'll try to understand certain important strategically important missiles from the examination point of view. So various strategically important missiles developed by DRDO. So first one that we are going to study is Astra missile. Astra. Now here you have to keep in mind there are certain important words like BVRRM, then AWACS, then SAM. So what are these words? Why these words have been used? Here I have explained these words. We'll just go, we'll try to understand a brief idea about these words. So remember what is Astra and what is the few specific characters about this Astra where you could get a question. Here remember, Astra is first indigenously developed. So it is first indigenously developed, that's why it is important. Air-to-air missile. So it is an air-to-air missile, double AM, first indigenously developed. It work on the BVRAAM principle. BVRAAM, that is beyond visual range air-to-air missile. Beyond visual range, it means you are igniting a missile, you are shooting a missile, but you are shooting a missile at a target which is beyond your visual range. It means the target is not visible to your eyes, but still you are shooting that missile is a beyond visual range air-to-air missile. It works on beyond visual range air-to-air missile technology, which enables the fighter pilot to shoot precisely beyond visual range. It means the target is not in your range. Astra was successfully fired on September 17, 2019. No need to remember date, no need to remember where it was test fired. In very few cases, they will ask you where it was test fired, and it is very difficult to remember all these things. For that one aspect, you cannot compromise other questions. From Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter jet at Odisha's Chandipur test range. You should know all important test ranges of our defense industry so that you are able to have match the pair if at all a question comes on the match the pair about the states and about the test ranges. So it was first about Astra. Then comes what are the specifications of Astra. Here remember, it has a speed, but no need to remember the specification. I will tell you what to remember, what not to remember. Speed is over 5,500 kilometers per hour or 4.5 Mach. Mach is a speed of sound. 1 Mach is a speed of sound. Range is 80 to 100 kilometer, and payload or warhead capacity is 15 kilogram. It means it can carry an ammunition of 15 kilogram at the target. Then what are the features? First important feature is electronic countermeasure or ECCM enables this particular Astra missile to overcome defensive measures that are being put forth by the target or by the enemy. So it has the system which can enable it to overcome all defensive mechanisms put forth by the target on which we are going to shoot or at the enemy. Remember, this is specific or special or unique feature of Astra. It says this missile has the option to choose between lock on before launch or lock on after launch. It means it can get locked at the target before launch or it can get locked at the target after launch. It is extremely effective in multiple target scenarios. Simultaneously, it can target at multiple targets. Then, next important missile which is being built in combination with Russia, it is Novator K-100 missile. Very, very important. I know many of you may not have heard about this missile. It is Novator K-100 missile. It is an air-to-air missile designed as AWACS killer for a range up to 400 km. What is AWACS? Airborne Warning and Control System. AWACS stands for Airborne Warning and Control System, having a range up to 400 kilometers. Here remember, it is the heaviest air-to-air missile ever produced. That's why this is the unique point of this Novator missile. It is the heaviest air-to-air missile ever produced. Its engine is composed of solid propellant in tandem with rocket booster. Maximum speed is 4000 km per hour or 3.3 Mach. It is a joint venture between India and Russia, Novator K-100. The next important missile about which we have discussed many times is a BrahMos missile. BrahMos is a combination of two important rivers. One river is from India, which is Brahmaputra. Second river is from Russia, which is Moskova river. So BrahMos is a combination of Brahmaputra and Moskova river. So it is a joint venture between India and Russia. BrahMos is a joint venture between the DRDO of India and the NPOM of Russia. I give you homework, search what is the full form of NPOM and put it in our comment box. BrahMos is named on the rivers of Brahmaputra and Moskva rivers of India and Russia respectively. This is a just feature which has been showcased many a time at the Republic Day Parade of India. You must be knowing that this year we are having Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, as a chief guest at our Republic Day Parade. Now, specification of this BrahMos, it is a two-stage. First stage is solid propellant engine in the first stage and liquid ramjet engine in second stage. So, BrahMos is a two-stage missile, air-to-surface missile with a flight range of 300 km. Actually, it is not 300 km, it is 299 km. Earlier, we were not a part of MTCR. What is MTCR? It stands for Missile Technology Control Regime. What is the purpose of this MTCR? I have discussed or I have explained everything in detail in latter few slides. Just few important points. MTCR stands for Missile Technology Control Regime. So all the members who are signatory to the MTCR, it is binding upon them that they should not transfer technology related to the missile to the non-signatory members. So since India was not a member of MTCR, it did not get the technology for missile having range beyond 300 kilometers. That's why in this particular case, Russia was signatory of MTCR, that is Missile Technology Control Regime. So it was obligation on Russia that Russia should not share technology beyond 300 kilometers. So we built BrahMos missile having range of 299 kilometers. But recently India has also joined this MTCR regime. So we have increased the range of this BrahMos missile beyond 400 kilometers. It has been explained. See, however, India's entry into MTCR regime has extended the range of BrahMos missile to reach up to 450 km to 600 km, a shade above its current MTCR range that was capped at the 299 km. Now here remember, it is heaviest weapon to be deployed on Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter aircraft. That's why it is significant. It can be launched from land, air, or sea, and it has multi-capability missile. It operates on the fire and forget principle. This principle is important. They could ask you question, which among the following missiles has fire and forget principle? Remember, BrahMos works on the principle of fire and forget. Now, it is one of the fastest cruise missile currently operationally deployed with a speed Mach of 2.8, which is 3 times more than the speed of sound. A naval version of BrahMos supersonic cruise missile was successfully test fired from an indigenously built stealth destroyer INS Chennai. Remember, naval version was launched from INS Chennai. You highlight this point. I repeat once again, naval version of BrahMos missile was launched from INS Chennai of the Indian Navy in Arabian Sea. Then, next important missile is Maitri missile. One of the important missile is a Maitri missile. The missile project is a next generation quick reaction surface to air missile, QRSAM. This QR, quick reaction surface to air missile, with a lethal near 100% kill probability under development by DRDO. We are working on this Maitri missile. It is under developed position by DRDO. But what is the important thing you have to remember? This Maitri is a kind of quick reaction surface to air missile. Now, it has a short range of 15 km, that is 9.3 miles. Surface to air point defense missile system. The missile will fill the gap created by Indian government's decision to wind up the development of Trishul point defense missile system. So here you could get a point that Maitri missile defense system will be replacing which wounded up program of government of India. So it was Trishul missile defense point system was being round up. Now here remember, it is believed to be a blend of French Mica and DRDO's Trishul. French Mica and DRDO's Trishul, that's why it has a Maitri. Maitri will build on the work done by DRDO while developing the Trishul missile using technology transfer from MBDA to fill technology gaps that led to failure of Trishul project. So it is one notch above Trishul project where we are going to work to overcome the failures of Trishul defense missile system. Then next, which was recently in news, is a Nirbhay missile. Very, very important. What is this Nirbhay missile? Nirbhay is a long range, all-weather subsonic, here underline the word subsonic, cruise missile designed and developed in the India by the DRDO. The missile can be launched from multiple platforms and is capable of carrying conventional as well as nuclear warheads. Nirbhay is capable of carrying nuclear warheads. It gives it more significance. It is a two-stage missile powered by solid rocket motor booster. It is capable of carrying warheads of up to 300 kilograms at a speed of 0.6 to 0.7 Mach, which is a subsonic speed, is a Nirbhay missile. Here remember, it has an operational range of 1000 km, which is long range. The Nirbhay cruise missile is an Indian version of American Tomahawk. The last line is important. If you forget all above point, doesn't make any difference, but last point is important. Remember, Nirbhay missile is an Indian version of American Tomahawk missile. Then comes next missile, which is a Prahar missile. So what this Prahar missile says, see, Prahar missile, Prahar means to strike, right? Prahar, I made a Prahar that I strike something. So Prahar is an Indian solid fuel road mobile tactical ballistic missile developed by DRDO. Then Prahar is expected to replace the Prithvi 1 short range ballistic missile in defense services. I will be explaining what are ballistic missile and all other kinds of missiles. Here just we are thinking about or we are studying few important missiles. Here let's go into few important points. It is a quick reaction, all weather, all terrain, highly accurate battlefield support tactical weapon system which can be moved at any place. The missile fills the short range tactical battlefield missile role as required by Indian Army to take out strategic and tactical targets, especially in difficult terrains. Here, remember, Prahar is a contemporary weapon system capable of carrying multiple types of warheads, including nuclear warheads, and neutralizing a wide variety of targets. It was test fired on 21st July 2011 at again Chandipur, Odisha. No need to remember last name, just remember Chandipur test fire range is located in the Odisha. The next, which was recently in news, was Sagarika K-15 missiles. One of the most important bunch of missiles, Sagarika K-15 missiles. Here, the K-15 is a short-range, two-stage submarine launch. That's why it is important. Submarine launch, which is underwater. Submarine launched ballistic missile, which uses a gas booster to eject out of its launch platform and rise up to the surface of the water. Here you can go through the diagram. It is coming out of the submarine. Here, a solid rocket motor is fired after the missile reaches a fixed altitude. A solid rocket motor. Here. Now here remember certain important specifications. The missile has a range of around 750 kilometers, that is 466 miles, and reaches a maximum altitude of 5 kilometers, that is 3 miles during its flight. It has a capacity of payload capacity of 1000 kilogram. It belongs to K missile family and forms a part of India's nuclear triad. What is nuclear triad? It means we have missiles that can launch from land, from air, and from water is the nuclear triad. Then next important is about Dhanush missile. The indigenously upgraded artillery gun Dhanush has successfully completed its final user trial and is ready to induction into the Indian Army. Here remember, Dhanush is an upgraded version of the Swedish Bofors gun that were procured by India in mid-1980s. It is Dhanush. So again it is an example of Dhanush. It is an upgraded version of Bofors missiles. Now here, it is a variant of surface-to-surface or ship-to-ship Prithvi 3 missiles. So wherever I am giving you comparison of these missiles with previous missiles, you have to keep in mind that what all these things are being replacing. So Dhanush is a upgraded version of Prithvi 3 missiles, which has been developed by Indian Navy. It has an operational range of 350 kilometers and is capable of carrying both conventional as well as nuclear warhead with a payload capacity of 500 kilogram. Payload capacity means the amount of ammunition which it can carry. It can carry an ammunition of 500 kilogram. Here remember, on 9th of April 2015, India successfully test fired Dhanush ballistic missile from a naval ship, that is offshore patrol vessel in the Bay of Bengal of the Odisha coast. This is important. Then comes next one. It is Barak 8 missile, an important type of missile, Barak 8 missile. Barak 8, which is the Hebrew word for lightning, is an Indian-Israeli surface-to-air missile. Indian-Israeli surface-to-air missile designed to defend against any type of airborne threat, including aircraft, helicopter, anti-ship missile, and unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as cruise missiles and combat jets. This is an image of Barak missile. Indo-Israeli joint venture is there. Now here remember, Barak 8 LRSIM, right, that is long range surface to air missile system, is an operational air and missile defense system used by Israel's Navy as well as by Indian Navy, air and land forces. Now here, important thing, Israel's aerospace industry describes Barak 8 as an advanced long range missile defense and air defense system, with its main features being, what are main features? Long range two-way data link, that is GPS S-band, then active radar seeker missile, 360-degree coverage, vertical launch, multiple simultaneous engagements. Here remember, Barak 8 has been described as giving potential use as a point defense anti-ballistic missile due to its combination of advanced capabilities. This is important. Clear? Now, next, last point of this entire series is what is this particular missile technology control regime. First, I will give you what is theme of this missile technology control regime. In this case, all the member states or member nations which are signatory of this missile technology control regime, they had this obligation that they should not share, they should not transfer any kind of technology related with the missile beyond a range of 300 km or 300 km. Beyond 300 or 300 km. That's why BrahMos missile had the range of 299 km. It was a missile technology control regime. Its main purpose was to prohibit transfer of all kinds of missile technology from signatory nation to non-signatory nation, which could use this missile technology for shooting or for launching nuclear warheads on peace-loving countries or non-nuclear nation. That's why this was the purpose, to have peaceful use of missile technology. It is an informal and voluntary partnership among 35 countries to prevent the proliferation, that is transfer, of missile and unmanned aerial vehicle technology capable of carrying greater than 500 kilogram payload to more than 300 kilometer. So two limitations were there. They cannot carry a payload of 500 kilometer or more than that. They cannot have a range 300 or more than that. Here remember, it was established in April 1987 by G7 countries. What were those G7 countries? USA, UK, France, Germany, Canada, Italy and Japan. In 1992, that is after 5 years, the focus of the regime extended on the proliferation of missile for the delivery of all types of weapons of mass destruction, that is nuclear weapons, specifically nuclear, chemical and biological weapons. Remember, nuclear, chemical and biological weapons have been categorized as weapons of mass destruction. Here remember, it is not a legally binding treaty, hence no punitive measures could be taken against non-compliance to the guidance of the regime. India was inducted into MTCR regime in 2016 as the 35th member. So this is important. India got an entry in MTCR in 2016. Here remember, China is not a member of this regime, but it had verbally pledged to adhere to its original guidelines but not to subsequent additions. So China is not a member. The next important is missile defense system. What is missile defense system? Here remember, it is a system or weapon technology developed for detection, for tracking, for interception and destruction of attacking missile. So basically, this weapon defense system helps you protect your region, country or people from any kind of missile defense. The Indian Ballistic Missile Defense Program is an initiative to develop and deploy a multi-layered ballistic missile defense system to protect India from all kinds of ballistic missile attack. So this is an image which shows Indian Ballistic Missile Defense System. Now what it says, it is a double-tiered system consisting of two land and sea-based interceptor missile which will intercept attacking missile, namely Prithvi Air Defense System (PAD) missiles for high altitude interception and Advanced Air Defense System missile for lower altitude interception. So remember, for high altitude interception we have Prithvi Air Defense, and for lower altitude we have Advanced Air Defense System. Here remember, this Prithvi Air Defense System was tested in November 2006, followed by Advanced Air Defense System in December 2007. With the test of Prithvi Air Defense missile, India became 4th country to have successfully developed an anti-ballistic missile system after United States, Russia and Israel. Here, the system has undergone several tests, but system is yet to be officially commissioned. As per report emerged in January 2020, the first phase of Ballistic Missile Development Program (BMD) program is now complete. The Indian Air Force and the DRDO are waiting for the government's approval to install the missile shield for national capital, which is Delhi. It will take 3 to 4 years to install shield after approval from the government. So we have seen two important aspects here over here. One is missile technology control regime and second is defense, advanced defense system. So what all these things are, there will be coming with more and more data related to cruise missile, then ballistic missile, what all things are there, and we'll be discussing more and more. Keep watching, keep sharing all these videos with your friends. So thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.